Welcome back to the KTC official podcast.
Yep. That's Kevin Tim Company, because I'm Kevin.
And I'm Tim.
And yeah.
And this is our company that we need to still.
It's kind of our company.
Sure. We have a Facebook fan page now.
Heck yeah, we do.
Woo! Thank you to everyone who has liked it and brought up our numbers and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I hope if you're listening to this, you're a fan of our Facebook fan page, because, I mean, we have more fans of our fan page than we do subscribers to our YouTube channel, so I would think that they all translate over to the fan page.
Shouldn't they?
Plus some.
I feel like people don't know that you can't you on YouTube just subscribe even though if you don't have an account? Or no, do you have to have an account?
I think you have to have an account because I don't know. I just know that I have an account, and all the channels I'm subscribed to pop up on the left side when I open YouTube, and it knows kind of what I want to watch before I do, so it's easy to find shit.
You know what I probably could just do? Sign out of my account and then try to subscribe to someone's page and just see what happens.
I mean, that would be a way to test it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that, but that sounds like a good idea.
All right.
And the reason why is because I forgot my password. And so when I got my new phone, it took me forever to figure out, because I have an Android, and it took me forever to figure out my YouTube. I'm there with the guy going, "Hey, what's your Gmail login?" I'm like, "That's a good question. We're gonna do this dance together for a while, my friend."
Is those things you never have to sign into because you're always signed in already?
Yeah.
That you forget the password to.
And then everyone tells you don't write it down because someone can see it and steal it, and then you're screwed.
That's true. They say that. I don't listen to them. My shit's written down everywhere.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, just in case you wanted to find it, it's somewhere.
There you go. Mine's lost to the sands of time.
Well, I have a little laptop that's a Chromebook, so it only runs Google Chrome pretty much. It's strictly to surf the internet. And every time I turn it on, I have to type in my Google account password, so I know my Google account password really well. Cause
it doesn't save it?
It does if I leave it on, but I turn it off all the time because it runs on battery.
Well, it's weird that it wouldn't save it already. You know? Because Google Chrome has a lot of save features. As in, because it saves when you're buying stuff, it'll save your
it's like a computer. It's like a legit computer, so when you turn it on, just like you turn on your desktop at home or your other laptop, it pops up with a login screen. You have to log into the computer. Yeah. If you have it set to that. Some people it just goes right in. I have a login too. Well, it's the same. I just have all my computers set to log into before you get on.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I thought you meant every time you open up the web browser.
No, not the web browser. Once you're logged into the computer, you can do whatever you want because...
Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah. The only downfall to it is that it's the laptop that my wife also uses, and we just leave it out in our living room. So if we ever want to look something up real quick, we just pull it over and look it up. But it's on my Google account. So, and Google's trying to be super smart and know what you want to say and know what you want to look for, and it uses everything that you search to customize the ads that pop up on different websites for you. Well, I get all the stuff that my wife searches, so which right now is mainly baby clothes and stuff. So my Amazon account thinks that all I want are baby things, and my
you're no,
and Google, and even on my Facebook, when you scroll down your wall every now and then, it's a sponsored ad or whatever. Yeah, all of that is most of it's all baby related.
Not gonna lie, I saw a shirt that I really wanted, and I bought it because of those freaking ads.
Well,
so I guess they work.
They work.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I've actually never clicked on a Google ad.
It was on Facebook.
I'm always I think it's a principle thing for me because I see them, and sometimes I'm ooh, that looks interesting, and then I'm but I can't click on it because it's a Google ad.
I think I wasn't realizing what I was doing. I was just oh, cool, a freaking, a sports team shirt with all the different sports teams I like as one logo. That looks awesome, and I clicked it, and I was like, should I get it? I'm going to spoil myself, and I got it, and I was like, oh, wait, that's how they got me.
They got you.
Because now I'm seeing a lot more of those shirts and sweatshirts, and I'm like, no, I don't want that one.
Yeah, for as smart as it all is supposed to be, I feel like you do one thing and it changes it all. Like, I've been using Google for years, and all I do is search movie stuff and movie techniques and YouTube videos and things like that. And then all of a sudden, I have a baby 5 months ago, and it's all baby stuff now. Like, literally,
it's what's
how did 5 months take over the previous 10 years of me searching Google?
Because babies are what's trending in your life.
Apparently. Apparently. But the same thing is that's what frustrates me about Netflix. Like, I use Netflix on my Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I kind of understand why they do this, but a recent Xbox update made it so that you could look up different genres of movies and stuff for Netflix. But before, you could only look up videos by searching the specific video, or it already being a category on your list of categories that Netflix populates for you based on what you've watched in the past. Like,
yeah.
And they get really specific, like bloody action movies with a strong female lead, and I'm like, what? That's like really specific.
Yeah, romantic comedies, movies with zombies. I'm like, all right, just because I watched Warm Bodies once,
yeah,
you know?
And now it's an entire category on my Netflix, and that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes I have nieces and nephews that come over, and I put something on Netflix for them, and then all of a sudden, my entire account is populated with kids shows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's going on here?
I'm not a pedophile.
Right?
I don't care for these shows.
It's like I've been watching, like, detective dramas for 5 years, and all of a sudden, one kid show.
Well, it's funny because at least it's like you and your wife. Like, I have roommates, and we sometimes, like, share. Because my old roommates, we used to share. My Netflix account was in the main room. And so we'd watch whatever. And I would always get, because they loved reality shows. And I hate reality shows. They're just so boring. And they would just have all these reality shows. And it'd say, because you watched Cake Boss. Or because you watched Utopia. And I know these shows because they watched them. And I was like, oh, come on. Because I used to have it real nice when it was just me. I had nothing but my preferences.
Well, can't you have different profiles on one Netflix account?
I don't know how to do that, and I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it either, but I think it's like you only have to have one Netflix account per household. So, and they know that more than one person lives in a house, so they let you have profiles.
Yeah, and that's their way of going, well, at least we still can cater to certain people and still reach out. But now that I have other roommates, the one has her in the main room, and I have mine in just my room. So it's kind of funny. So now she's the one who's getting, like, because you watched Agents of Smash, the Hulk show. Because you watch Amazing Spider-Man. I like cartoons. Because you watch Scooby-Doo. Yeah. She's like, what is all this?
That's funny. My wife doesn't watch Netflix without me, so I'm lucky. Because if she did, it would be all her shows, like 19 Kids and Counting, which not on anymore because that family kind of... But...
wasn't the son, like...
Yeah, the son
molesting the other kids or something.
Yeah, and then when that whole Ashley Madison
happened,
he was one of the people on it, and he found out that he cheated on his wife a couple times.
Oh, he was married, the son?
Yeah, the oldest son.
So he was married and then still tried to sexually molest his sisters.
No, he molested his sisters when he was young and they were young.
Oh, okay.
And then it didn't come out till years and years later, which is current day, and he's married with like 4 kids.
And then he was on Ashley Madison.
And then when the Ashley Madison came out, he was on there, and it came out that he cheated on his wife twice, and he's addicted to pornography, and he cheated on his wife with porn stars, which were fun. That he was stalking.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I mean, that's if you believe what you read.
I think it was Abraham Lincoln who said, don't believe everything you read on the internet. I'm just saying.
He was a smart man.
He was a wise man. But I'm about to say, he was, if that's all true, that's crazy. How can you stalk someone and then they're still cool for you to do dirty?
Pay them a lot of money.
And they're still what? So they're cool, like, oh yeah, you're in the bushes. Hey, guy in the bushes, what are you doing there? I got $1 million, says that I get to do a little dirty dirt. And they're like, oh, okay, but
Well, the way the article read, which my wife read to me.
Do we need to say allegedly? I feel like we should say
allegedly. Maybe allegedly.
I love how you could say allegedly, and no matter what, it taints someone's reputation.
Yeah.
Like, you could make up anything. Like, allegedly, I heard that he watches child porn with fluffy slippers on, and then everyone's like, "Didn't you hear that? Allegedly, he does this." Like, you whisper it, and you're like, "What? I still said allegedly. I never accused him of anything."
Doesn't mean it really happened.
Yeah.
Just meant that that's what I thought.
It's just meant that I ruined his life by making something up. Except for this guy. This guy did some of that stuff.
Yeah, this guy's legit kind of creepo.
The only thing I know is that he molested his sisters, and then they actually Madison thing.
Yeah, and the whole sister molestation. Not to downplay it, but it wasn't when you say he molested his sisters, you immediately jump to
now
really horrible things happened. But
what happened?
Molesting can be a lot of things, and apparently it was over the shirt touching of breasts while they were sleeping.
You know what? I think that's still kind of creepy, though.
It is extremely creepy and
I wouldn't
gross.
downplay that.
It's extremely creepy and gross, but I'm just saying that molestation also includes a bunch of other things that are so much worse.
Yeah, because you had all these older, the football coach with all the young boys in the shower rooms and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But still, that's still messed up.
Yeah, anyway, now that we've talked about that
Let's talk about sexual molestation.
subject.
Do you have to say sexual in front of it? Let's talk about Santa Claus.
Okay.
This is a good segue. Because Kevin has a Coke can out that he was drinking out of. And it is, at the time of recording this podcast, November 2nd.
It is November 2nd.
Halloween
today.
Horror Nights just ended yesterday. And already, Kevin not only has a Santa Coke can... yeah, I can see him. He's very joyful.
Funny
but I'm
story.
Saying, it's not like you bought it today. You have.
No, I bought this for a Halloween party. So I bought it pre-Halloween, actually.
How does man? Ugh.
Well, here the funny thing is so there's a couple stories I have about Santa Claus Coca-Cola cans, and one of them being that way back in late August. I went and bought a 12-pack of Coca-Cola cans, and on the box, it was a college football. It was starting soon. College football was starting soon because it's late August, and so that it was a college football box.
Yeah,
and it had images on the side of the box of what the cans on the inside looked like custom cans that were football players playing football and stuff or whatever, designs of football players playing football, and I was like, cool, college football, I love college football, and I grabbed the 12-pack. I mean, I was going to get a 12-pack no matter what was on it, but I bring it home, and I open it up, and it's Santa Claus cans inside of it. This is August, and I'm pretty sure that was an accident. Yeah, and they messed up, and somebody was supposed to click on the computer the college football preset, but they hit the wrong one.
That's one of those you send to the chive saying, "I do what I want."
Right?
Pictures,
yeah, that's an I do what I want.
Or epic fail or something like that.
I was like, man, that's crazy. If I knew that that's what they looked like on the inside and I never opened that box, would it be worth money?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, anyway, I went to the store for this particular 12-pack of canned Coke for a party that we were having on the 31st, Halloween party, and the outside of the box said win tickets to Disney and Florida annual passes to Disney.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, I want Florida annual passes to Disney. So I was like, I'm going to get this 12-pack. Because they also had the get discounted tickets to Halloween Horror Nights 12-packs.
I was saying, I don't think you're going to make that.
And I was like, one, I can already go for free. And two, it's only got a day left, at this point. So I went for the Disney ones, and I opened up the box, and there's Santa Claus in them again. This time, I'm not sure if it was a mess up or if it's legit.
Well, if you're going to get something for free, it might as well come from Santa.
Yeah. Well, I think the box gives you the Disney annual passes, and the cans inside were Santa Claus cans.
Are these the Norman Rockwell Santas too? They kind of look like.
I don't even know.
Famous painter.
This one says loved ones.
Dude, and you're having a Coke. Well, we're not sharing a Coke because I'm not drinking a Coke. But...
No, and I'm actually done with that Coke.
I know, it was just there and I noticed
Yeah.
it. Here's the thing with Christmas. I like Christmas. You know,
So do a lot of other people.
Yeah, I am technically Catholic, so I celebrate Christmas. But I also like Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is before Christmas. And I feel like this way because I'm born in November. You know, my birthday will be coming up soon, and I liked having Thanksgiving dinner at my aunt's house, my mom's side. Because we'd go up to upstate New York, because we used to live in New York. And first we would have it in Staten Island when her dad was still alive. And then we moved it to upstate where her sister lives. And we would have Thanksgiving dinner, and we'd all hang out, and it would be a fun time. And we would, football would be on. And then we would have dinner, and at the end, dinner was always birthday cake. So maybe I am, and then I would get presents. So maybe I am a little...
it's because it's around your birthday.
Yeah, bias, I guess.
Because Thanksgiving is around your birthday.
But still, even when you were like younger and like you live with you're like in elementary school, each holiday was a great month of like preparing for the holiday because most of the holidays are at the end of the month. So like October, all month long, you're making ghosts and goblins and you're getting your costumes ready and all that stuff, especially when you're a kid. And it's just like great, and you come home and your parents have the house decorated and the outsides are decorated before people would be stupid and steal decorations. And you just had a good time. So then like October was over, and the next thing, Thanksgiving. Oh, awesome, everything's orangey still a little bit, and fall, and you have the big cornucopia, whatever thing that is, and the centerpiece, and all that stuff. And you're making turkeys out of your hand. Pilgrims and Indians or Native Americans and all that stuff. And that was a fun time too. And then you're like, sweet, right around the corner is Christmas. It's right there. I feel like we took our time. Maybe just when we were younger in the 90s, we took our time. And we didn't have to rush to things. Because I saw someone's Facebook post. I forgot who it was. But I feel like they did it very quick, very intelligently, which was, all right, everyone. Like, here's the post. This is just me not talking. This is the Facebook post. Roughly, paraphrasing. Person was like, okay, Halloween is now over. I understand that. But Christmas is in another 2 months. And the year is already flown by. I can't believe we already just went Halloween. I can't believe we don't need to get to Christmas even sooner. Please let me enjoy these 2 months. I was like, well, that makes sense. Like, let's take our time.
Well, it's a money thing.
You think? See, this once again why I don't like corporations.
This is it. It's
because they wanted to get. Because they were even doing Christmas deals back in the summer. They were doing some deals that they're like, this is better than Black Friday deals.
They're starting to realize, like, we make all of our money on Christmas, so let's extend Christmas. You ever notice though, like holidays?
I hate that.
Like,
but I really do enjoy Thanksgiving. Like Thanksgiving, I think is a good time. Even now that we haven't had birthday dinner for me, whatever. But it's still fun.
I like Thanksgiving because it's about the food.
Yeah.
And I like food.
Dude, it's a holiday all about let's eat as much as we can.
Yeah, let's have this giant feast.
Like Halloween's kind of like, let's get a bunch of candy. So you're eating a lot of candy, which is kind of,
I'm not a big candy person. I like the savory, like the Thanksgiving food.
Yeah. And what if you get gypped on candy? And you get all the terrible candy, like the houses you went to were all gross, or and you got like one or two really actually candies that you like. Not Thanksgiving, man. You got everything,
and you can go back for seconds. Oh wow! And thirds,
dude, so good. Turkey, love it. Gravy, love it. Stuffing, love it. Cranberries, don't like that, but it's still there in case you do.
And if you do like cranberries, and there's obviously people that do.
Yeah, and now that I'm older and I'm allowed to drink, that's what I do as well. And then I'm watching football, hanging out. Oh.
And it's such good drinking too because you're eating
with
the drinking.
Yeah, so you can keep drinking.
Like balanced.
Yeah, I mean you're not trying to get drunk, which is great because you don't need to. Oh man, it's so much fun.
I agree.
Except for now,
I like Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
but you know how you like.
I say that and then I go. Except for that, I mainly work every Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
so because that's life. Also,
I'm going out of town for Thanksgiving this year.
Are you?
Yeah.
I actually am not even going to see my parents for Thanksgiving this year.
Oh, fun times.
Yeah, I have a wedding the day after Black Friday, Saturday.
Ah.
So.
That happens.
Because normally my parents and I will they do holidays like on that weekend because I normally work during the week.
Yeah.
And I don't get off because the place I work at is 365.
And popular on holidays.
And so we normally do things on like the weekend. I'll get like a Saturday off or something. But this Saturday, no. I got to go to a wedding, which will be fun. I'm excited.
Weddings are cool.
Maybe I'll just drink and eat there.
You probably will.
There you go.
It's a celebration that's about drinking and eating again.
Drinking and eating.
That's
my Christmas gripe. I'm off my.
Well, I always thought that it was weird. Like we like do so much to lead up into holidays. Like all of October and even some of September was like Halloween Horror Nights is going on at Universal Studios.
Mickey's Not So Scary is going on.
Yeah, because it's Not So Scary.
Yeah, they started it a week earlier this year in September.
They started it crazy early,
like mid-September,
and then Halloween hits. And then they did one day after Halloween, and now they're done, and it's done. Yeah. And it's like that's it, that's done. Yeah. I always wondered why isn't the holiday like in the middle, and they like spread it out because now that Thanksgiving or now that Halloween's done, everybody is like Thanksgiving, and then when Thanksgiving done, everybody's going to be Christmas, like leading up all the way to these holidays, and then
because the moment the day is over, you want to forget about it. It's like your birthday, yeah. Like. You could celebrate, if your birthday is at the end of the week, you can do a week-long celebration of your birthday.
But then
everything, because that's what it is. That's what it is. It's everything leading up because, like, you're still not that next year,
Not your 21st birthday.
Well, not your 21st
can't do anything until your birthday.
That's the one birthday. Dude, that's the one birthday where you're like, I just turned 21 yesterday. And they're like, well, we're not your first, but thank you for coming out. Here's a free drink. Welcome to adulthood. That's the only birthday.
I turned 21 a week ago. I turned 21 a month ago.
Yeah.
This is my first year being 21.
Yeah. And then once you're 22, people are like, all right, we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care.
But yeah, I think that's what it is. Because you have these birthday celebrations. Because I don't know. I don't even want to be that guy where you're just like, hey, I went out for my birthday. It was yesterday. I'd be like, so? I don't care. Like,
it does kind of stink when you have...
Because my birthday's on a Friday. And I normally work on Saturdays now because I switched positions where I'm at. In the company.
Yeah.
So this is the first year. Yeah, so this is the first year I actually worked Friday and Saturdays. And I'm like, well, I needed to request off on Saturday because I don't want to go out Saturday night going, let's celebrate my birthday. When's your birthday? Yesterday. Like, I feel like I think you can't do that. But I could do
You can do it, and people would be just fine with it, but it's still weird.
In my world, in my twisted world, I'm like, no, you don't do that. But you celebrate up to the birthday. Like, I would totally be cool with going out Monday going, it's my birthday, when? Friday, all right. Because I feel like that's what the mentality is. Everyone's like, yeah, you're almost there. How do you feel? And then you get there, and it was like, it's your day of your birth. I'm like, yeah, let's party. You party. And then the next day, you're like, hey, it's my birthday. When was it? Yeah, or when? Yesterday. Well, then go home. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're old now. And it just stops. So that's why I'm saying, with the holidays, it just stops.
This year's just another birthday for you.
Because
next year's an important birthday for you, I think.
Yeah, I'm turning 29 this year. This is the last 20.
Next year's the big one.
Next year I'm supposed to be, I don't know. People say, there was a saying, which I don't think works now. Because of the way society is. Society's different than I feel like when the saying came out.
Than when the saying was...
Because they were saying, there was some guy who was quoted to say, some famous guy, I think it was like an actor actually. And he was like, if you don't know what you're doing by the time you're 30, or no, everyone should know what they're doing by the time they're 30.
With their life, you mean?
Pretty much, yeah. And also, there was another actor who said something like, if you haven't made it by the time you're 30, or there was like some, not actor said it, but something where like, if you didn't make it as an actor by the time you're 30, then you're just not going to, or something like that. I'm like, I don't believe any of that stuff.
That doesn't really count anymore. You're right.
Especially anymore. Especially nowadays.
There was an entire article online about people that did not become successful until after 30.
Yeah.
And some of them were like into their 40s and stuff like that. So,
well, I know like Gene Hackman didn't really get big until he was 30.
Yeah.
You know, like I think when he was like not like day of, but yeah.
You know, what was he big? He got big.
Well, like
was it before French Connection, or was it French Connection that made him big?
I think French Connection, because like what Hoosiers was until after that, right? Because Hoosiers was like 80s. French Connection was what, like 70s?
Probably 70s.
Like early 70s?
Let's look it up. But no, I think a lot of people become become.
Well, everyone's so fast.
Successful.
Everyone wants to be on like that Forbes list, successful 30 under 30, or the successful 20s.
I mean,
especially
there's routes
nowadays.
you can take, like if you're right out of high school going to college, right after college going to grad school, right after grad school getting your doctorate, whatever.
But that takes years.
It does take years, and then you enter into the professional world, and you enter in pretty high up already because you've gone through all this schooling, and then you can get up there.
And then you are
quick.
30.
Yeah. But then there's the group of people. Then there's the young.
Then there's the
young.
Facebook,
The ones
Mark
that become
Zuckerbergs.
internet successful.
Yeah.
That
I feel like that's what's going on with this the millennial generation, is that everyone thinks they're going to become Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube
stars
Yeah.
or
internet celebrities. Whether it's Vine or YouTube or whatever, Instagrams. Even.
well, it's a great outlet. I mean,
I think it is too, but I feel like these people. I feel like sometimes these kids put too much, putting your eggs on one basket. Where they're not paying attention in school, not trying to figure out things, not trying to even figure out who they are, but they're quick to pull out a camera and videotape their buddy getting knocked in the balls 20 times, hoping that they'll lead to a Comedy Central, show. Workaholics, I think, was originally a YouTube show or a short show, and then they got a Comedy Central gig out of it.
yeah, there's a few. I mean, there's there was a show on a few years ago with William Shatner, and based on a guy's Twitter account that was the Twitter account was shit my dad says or something.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know about this?
Yeah, well, I remember that the
Show,
shit my dad says.
the William Shatner show.
No, just the shit my dad says.
Yeah, I remember the Twitter, and I never watched the show, but I mean,
Well, Funny or Die
Funny or Die.
was just a or not Funny or Die. I'm thinking of the My Drunk History was on Funny or Die, and Funny or Die now is a channel, and I remember watching it on that channel, and I remember watching it on the internet only, and then now it's on Comedy Central.
Comedy Central picked it up.
Yeah.
Gave it a budget.
Because I remember watching it without a budget, and it was very funny. Because the girl was so wasted, who was telling the story, she was on the couch, eyes closed, and it looked like if it was one of our close friends telling the story with the production value. It looked like we just happened to pull out a camera or a cell phone and just was filming what she was saying, and then they turned it into something.
Well, one of our friends did a.
One
of our friends did a parody of Drunk History. Did you ever see it? Chris Crawford.
Did you really?
He made it with. So he's an actor, and
He's awesome.
He is very good, and he was doing a stage production of some play, and him and the crew or the cast of the play went out drinking, and hung out at an apartment, and were getting pretty drunk, and one of the girls, I guess, decided she was going to try and describe what their play was about that they were in detail while drunk.
Yeah.
And so they set up a camera because why not?
Why not?
And filmed her doing this. And then the next day or a couple days later, when they're rehearsing the play with the costumes and the props, they filmed them putting the play on the way that she described it. Even mouthing the words that she
just
used
Drunk
for
History,
lunch, just like Drunk History.
I want to see that.
It
That
was really
sounds funny.
I thought it was pretty great.
I'm gonna Facebook stalk him.
hopefully he's okay with me tagging him in this podcast about it.
He's like, dude,
That was
hey,
super secret.
don't say this big thing that we could totally get in trouble for that we just did. In
Whatever.
The play.
I only said Chris Crawford. I didn't say what play it was, and I didn't tell you where you could find it.
Oh man, I mean, I just saw him in a play. I could probably. I'm not gonna say it then, just in case. Well, that's funny.
I don't know if it was that one though, because this was a while back. I don't think it was his most recent play.
Oh, okay. But that's the thing too. You want to do stuff like that, or you see Drunk History or some other things, and you're like, "Oh man, I would totally do that." And then you're like, "Well, when you do it, I feel like I'm just stealing someone's stuff." So I don't know. We'll figure it out. So we just got done. Speaking of doing stuff, we just got done with our edits for the new latest episode of Heated Discussions with Tim and Sam.
Has it been long enough that you could be like the revival?
No, it's like season 2.
It's like season 2. Season
1 has only 2 episodes.
2 episodes long. And season 2 is starting out. It's kind of a. It's
Can
kind
we
of
do
a,
that? Can we write season 2?
We will. We will.
Yeah.
It's currently exporting on the computer right now, and we will be posting it to Facebook right when we're done here. But
yeah.
But we'll,
season 2
we'll
of Heated Discussions.
Season 2 of Heated Discussions.
Hilarious. Which was fun.
Be like reunion.
Yeah, right.
It's a reunion.
And we didn't get to do what we wanted to do originally, which was the like comedians in cars thing.
Oh yeah.
But I liked our setup, ish.
Well, we were gonna have you doing more than just sitting there talking. So now they're standing there talking.
Yeah, now we're just standing there
Spoiler
talking.
alert.
But I miss, because when I watched the other episodes, I miss our comic book stuff in the background. I feel like that defined us.
Well, get it then, because we gotta shoot here now.
I could do that. I could bring it with me. I can just bring like some pictures or something. But half of the way through, like, I don't know, they haven't seen the episode yet. So
we can put a bunch of baby stuff behind you.
Yeah. That you bought off Amazon?
All the baby toys that we got off Amazon. And then
I still think we need to tweak stuff on it, though.
The video?
No, on the me and Sam talking to each other.
Oh, like what you're doing?
Because we went from talking to the camera, and now we're like talking to each other, like directly at each other, where the camera kind of was being like there.
Just there.
And then when half of the way through the video, when you started to talk more, and then we opened it, like I feel like our body language opened up to the camera. I like that better.
Okay, well then maybe we'll do that the whole time.
I think we need to do something like that, where we need to like look at you. Or just
I'm like the camera.
You are but I like that we didn't look.
Yeah, you never really looked at the camera.
Maybe we need to look at the camera then. Maybe we just need to change it to standing looking at the camera. Because I feel like, you know what's so funny? I was trying to explain this to someone who knows Sam, that we worked with together, and I was telling them about how we have a show and we do this thing on the internet and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, that's perfect for him. Because he is, gets very animated, gets very loud, and that's the whole point of me and Sam doing the show. But whenever we put the camera on him,
he doesn't get animated.
He doesn't get animated.
I mean, he's fairly animated, but he's just not loud. He's not the way that he does.
No.
He's not the way, and that's how a lot of people are.
He's not how we pitch the show.
I am not good in front of a camera, but
I don't care. I don't know. I mean, I just don't care about being in front of the camera.
Yeah, you don't.
I got no qualms. But I'm like trying to like get him, and like he doesn't even like want. I feel like he has to always be, like sophisticated, or like what he says has to be very intelligent, and he has to prove his point.
Well,
and
that's the thing is, I think when he was getting animated and loud about it in our natural setting, without the camera, it's because he's only talking to us, and he kind of knows our extent of knowledge on the subject, and so he can get animated and he can get argumentative.
But it's so much fun to see him get all loud.
Now there's the potential for so many people to watch this, and he's like, what if I say something wrong or something like that? Maybe.
Who cares? I don't care. I mean, we have it in there that I said that I don't do a lot of research.
We don't do a lot of
research. Fact checking. No, I just kind of hear it and I say it.
And that's fine, and I think that's fine.
I think that's fine too. But I mean, like, yeah, like in this episode. So you should watch this episode now that I've.
That's gonna.
It's actually a good episode. I liked it.
It's gonna be on about the same time as this. So if you're listening to this, you'll see the other episode, the Heated Discussions episode.
Heck yeah,
because it'll be on there.
But yeah, no, I just want. I mean, I want him just to get a little more animated. Maybe we gotta get him to do shots before we work
towards it,
or something like that.
Yeah, no,
maybe loose him up or something.
I think that would be fun. I think I'm always down with doing shots while
filming.
I
know. Because like you see me drinking the whole time because I have no qualms. Whatever. I'm an adult. I'm allowed to drink and I can drink. And why not drink and talk about comic book stuff or silly stuff? Whatever. It's fun times. But whenever he also has a beer. It's not like oh, that was my phone. Sorry. Silent. It's not like I know I should have. It's not like I'm the only one drinking on set. I'm gonna tell people now. I don't know if you want people to know this, but people who actually listen to this, all 10 of you that listened to the last podcast, he's also drinking.
You just don't see it.
You just don't see it. And he doesn't ever want to do it on camera. And I'm like, why? Like, because his mother is watching or something? Or his family? Like, I don't understand it.
So here is a message to Mrs. Rossi.
Mrs. Rossi.
Your son drinks.
I know he is
beer.
He is an older gentleman.
He is old enough.
I think he's allowed to drink.
And he does it.
Excuse me.
Most of the time, responsibly.
Very responsibly, because he doesn't have a car. So he never can be DD. I guess it's someone else's car, but
he could in somebody else's car, but he's not. He's usually
and he's fine. Like he's fun, and I don't know. I just was like thinking about that as I was explaining to someone. Like, oh, that must be so much fun because then I know he gets loud. Like you and you guys play off each other very well. I was like, I know, but it's kind of funny that he gets like not loud, but he brings it in and tries to make it like he's like a doctor of comic bookology and wants to like.
It's almost
make sure
like
everything's...
It's almost like when you guys are talking off camera and he's only talking to you. Because you guys have known each other for so long, he has no issues with the whole like getting heated about it and like saying you're wrong and like trying to make his point. And you have no issues of doing it back to him.
Yeah.
But now that the camera's there and other people are he might feel like he's telling everybody they're wrong. Or everybody.
Yeah, because he can't prove his point when someone else brings up a different point, kind of a thing. If they're like, well, this and this and this,
he can't argue back.
He can't argue back.
So like, if somebody leaves a comment or something, there's nothing.
I'm gonna have Sam listen to this and see what he thinks.
One day,
or I'm just gonna tell him to him. I think I'm gonna tell him. I have kind of told him. I was like, I told him you need to get more animated, and he was like, he didn't really say anything.
When Heated Discussions gets super popular, and tons of people watch it, and they all leave their comments about, such and such, you were wrong about this, you were wrong about that. We'll do specific episodes where we just answer their...
just answering comments. That'd be really fun.
It's like, you watch... do you watch the Honest Trailers every now and then?
Yeah,
on YouTube.
I like Honest Trailers,
I watch Honest Trailers every now and then on YouTube, and I was watching the one for Interstellar. Mm-hmm. And they were kind of, Honest Trailers makes fun of movies, and sometimes they do really funny ones, like their Winter Soldier one was like, Winter Soldier was really good, so we're really picky right now, but we still have to say negative things about it because that's the whole idea.
Yeah.
Well, Interstellar, they said a bunch of negative stuff about it, and then at the end they were like, I know you people are going to get mad at us and just call us stupid and that we didn't understand the movie. So instead of letting you guys do that, we're just going to go ahead and read the comments right now that we've already gotten on their other videos about them talking about Interstellar. And so the guy in his deep voice was just, because at the end of Honest Trailers, he'll read things that people ask him to read. And in this one, instead of reading things that people asked them to read, they just read the negative comments about them talking about Interstellar.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. And maybe we could do an episode where
we can do that,
where we just talk about comments, where we just touch on comments.
We just need people to watch
and let Sam defend himself.
Yeah.
And his
maybe that's what we need. And maybe we should start to know that we're doing that, and then he'll be better.
Yeah.
Not better. It's not bad. It's not bad because right now it plays very well. As in, Sam's like the straight man. And I'm the other guy, very vaudevillian, Abbott Costello-y type of thing where Sam keeps his cool and I'm the guy who gets outrageous. But it's called Heated Discussions, and it needs to get heated.
You guys need to get heated.
We need to talk about, if we talk about Dark Knight, the Dark Knight trilogy,
and Sam get heated.
And Sam doesn't get heated, I'm gonna.
Well, we're gonna do that episode in the future, but. It's not really relevant right
because
now.
it's not relevant right now at all.
Eventually, we're going to touch on the DC universe when it gets a little closer to the DC universe.
I want to do DC universe next. What did I say? DC and...
You wanted to do DC Cinematic Universe, and you wanted to do... what was the other one you said?
I don't know, that's why I asked you. We cut it out of this episode. It was DC and... I mean, I texted it to you guys. I could have just looked that up right now. But now you're getting your phone. Because in this episode of Heated Discussions, we talk about...
Star Wars a little bit.
Star Wars
and
Gotham.
Which is good because the new trailer came out.
Yeah, Star Wars and Gotham. So that's good.
And you said... Ooh. You wanted to talk about the Battle of Crystal... So...
Yeah, Crystal Skull.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Which I won't tell you what side Sam's on or I'm on. You have to watch.
But they're on opposite sides.
I know. And finally, because most of the time we're on the same side.
A lot of well, with the topics we've touched on so far, in heated discussions, you guys have been on the same side. But there are a lot of topics that you guys are on the opposite sides about. For example, the Dark Knight trilogy, and another example.
Actually, I don't know. I think we are. Jones. I think we are on the same side as Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Yeah, I think so. But we both are very passionate about why we share the same viewpoint, which is another reason why we did the show. Like why we started this.
We'll see. We'll see what happens when you guys talk about Crystal Skull. But I think we should do Crystal Skull next. Then maybe DC Cinematic Universe.
Really?
Maybe we can do DC Cinematic Universe and then do a follow-up of just the Batman trilogy.
We could. Yeah, and we could talk about...
Because right now the Batman trilogy is not very relevant in the DC Cinematic Universe.
Well, not at all, because it's not part of it.
Yeah, because they're getting a brand new Batman.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
A new old Batman.
Yeah, which, I'm not going to get into it.
Whatever.
We'll save it for that.
We don't really heatedly discuss anything on this podcast.
This podcast is light and fun.
Is random stuff.
Random stuff with KTC. That's why we should call it random stuff.
Random stuff.
So we talk about anything.
So things coming up with KTC real quick before we wrap things up. We have the fan page going, so next up we gotta get a website going.
Yeah, the fan page. I'm super excited about that. I got off my butt and I started it.
We have to post on it a little bit. Tim created it.
Well,
that's why he says he started it.
I know. I felt bad when I said that. Well, like because they got the fan page for the other podcast that I do. The Two Straights and Drag. But we have a person like almost like a producer-esque who like took it upon himself to really get that going. Like the three of us didn't do anything.
Is this Tim?
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah.
And he really got it going, and like he's the dude who made our like intro and outro music and all this stuff, and he's all about it. And so he'll post random things, like random factoids on there on the fan page where I'm like, I'm not on social media a lot. I need to get more on social media. So I feel weird, like because like something with that is just a podcast, so you can post stupid pictures and silly things. Where I feel like our fanfic page, I don't know what should we post on there. Should we post jokey stuff on there? Make it like a fun fan page?
Yeah.
If I see something silly on the chive, I can just post it on there, I guess.
Yeah, you could.
Or should we? As I'm saying, I could. Should we?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Or who cares? Do what we want.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Is it gonna hurt it? I don't think so. You know? Unless people were like, well, you guys post way too much. And we're like,
I don't want to post too much.
Yeah, because we haven't posted anything, really. I posted one picture of us three going, look who's back.
And now you're going to see why we're back, because we're going to post that today in that video.
Yeah,
that video is going to be
excited.
Up. And then we'll add the link to our fan page, so you guys can watch it.
Yeah, one person posted on my wall when I linked our old podcast, and they were like, send the link. And I just said, click it.
It's right above.
That is
just
and then I was like, oh man, did I mess it up? What did I do? And so I clicked on it, and it took me to the YouTube page.
Oh, I saw that comment too, and I was like,
yeah, like the first place it took me to, because I was on my phone, was someplace weird. I was like, oh, maybe I did mess it up, and then I kept clicking it like 4 other times. Like I clicked it 4 different times in different areas, and it took me straight to our YouTube page, and we started talking and all that. And that's when I was like, in the nicest way I could say it, click it.
Click.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. That's how.
We'll
it wasn't just a picture of our faces.
To that person, we will link this one as well.
Yeah, I just
in the actual post. So
click it. I don't know what. I literally highlight our link from the page where it says share, and I put it in my Facebook.
Yeah, and then Facebook thing turns it into like the...
and then you delete the one thing, and then you write and say, hello, we're back. And
yeah. It worked, Tim.
It worked.
You didn't do anything wrong.
Thanks, man. That's a first.
All right, well, let's go post this Tim and Sam video.
Let's do that.
Heated discussions, Tim and Sam, coming soon.
Heck yeah, man.
Same time as this.
Well, thank you for listening to our podcast. And if you listen to the podcast and you haven't, hit the subscribe button to their YouTube channel.
Subscribe so you can see more Tim and Sam and anything else that we're going to do in the future.
Yeah.
All goes on YouTube.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. The future is going to be fun.
See you guys later.
Bye.